Hello everyone, you are learning physics from Uncle Irodov, and in this module we will be solving Irodov's 1.2. You can see the problem here. The problem is about a point that is traveling a certain distance, half of it with a certain speed and the remaining half with v1 and v2 certain other speeds. And what is required is to find the mean velocity of the particle over the entire time. In such problems, the strategy is to assume that the total distance traveled is something and the total amount of time for which the particle travels is something. In this case, they have been assumed as s and t here. Then what he is actually asking us to find out is v average, which is s by t. And our aim will be to frame an equation from which we will be attempting to find out this ratio s by t. Now, as per the condition given, if you notice, s is the total distance traveled, so that is here on the left hand side, but we can also write the total distance traveled in terms of the velocities and the times for which it travels. So of course the first half has been traveled with the velocity v0, so the first half of the distance comes here, that is already traveled. The remaining half, how much time did the particle take to travel the first half? Time taken for the first half was distance by the velocity with which it was traveled. So this was s by 2 v0. Now, assuming that t was the total time, time left in the motion was t minus s by 2 v0. And half of this time he travels with the velocity v1. So that is what you see here in the expressions. Half of this time, this has been used here and half is here. Half of this time he travels with the velocity v1. So this term shows you the distance traveled, and the next term also shows you again the distance traveled, because for the rest half he travels with the velocity v2. And then all that is left here is to solve this equation, the steps for which I have shown here, and try to arrive at this ratio s by t. So once you club all the terms containing s on one side and all the terms containing t on the other side, you can find the ratio s by t is equal to 2v0 into v1 plus v2 by v1 plus v2 plus 2v0. So this is the final answer for average velocity for the whole motion. So thank you for watching this, and hopefully I will see you in the next module too.